one of the problems with moving abroad and learning another language, or even, I suppose, staying where you are and learning another language, but really, no. It's more like when you are in a language immersion situation. You're in another country and you have to learn another language. It gets really hard to remember words in your mother tongue. Believe me. All right. Now, this is on French mainstream news. This is just on my Yahoo page. Total junk news usually, but sometimes I look. And this says that there's a documentary called GASLAND. And it's an explosive documentary about gaz de schiste. And I don't remember what gaz de schiste is in English. Schiste, of course, is a type of rock. Gaz is gas. And you know, it's these people who, when they turn on their tap water, they can have a lighter go there and it explodes, you know, it catches on fire. And this says, when you see an American put their lighter near the water, their tap water, and they light it and there's this huge flame, you know that something's not right. But when you see this happen in many different households near puits de forage, I guess it's fracking or oil wells, I don't know. I'd have to look that up. Puits de forage. Maybe it's some sort of well. Oy. See how hard it is? Well, okay, it's not my fault. I don't know what that means in French. I've never seen that before. But I can't remember what the word might be for that in English. Okay. One says that there's really a problem. And when one hears a mayor say that someone could blow up his town while having a barbecue, you get scared. Now, that's one of the more spectacular scenes from this documentary GASLAND about the exploitation of schist gas in the United States. And it won a special jury prize at the Sundance Festival, and something about nommé aux Oscars. Maybe it was Oscar nominated. I think that's what that means. And now this was, excuse me, I'm having a problem with the tooth. This documentary was done by an American named Josh Fox, who really didn't have it in mind to do this sort of project. He had been involved in theater productions and fiction movies, you know, regular movies. He found out about this by accident. His father got a letter from a gas company that proposed to exploit a gisement, something like a fault or something, which went under the les sous-sols de son terrain, the basements or whatever below the house on his land, and showed him a check with 5 zeros. So I guess that's, you know, like at least $100,000. And then vous remarquez à peine notre présence. Like, I think that means you'll barely know we're here. Now, the father asked him to keep an eye on them. So he did so for 1.5 years. And then he went around the United States to discover, bit by bit, a health scandal, an environmental scandal, and a political scandal. So Josh Fox met some families and some animals which have become sick by drinking this tap water. Silence had reigned because the households usually accepted a deal. They were paid off. They accepted a settlement in order not to speak to the media. More than 450,000 forages ruin the sous-sol américain, basements under the ground. Forage. Can somebody look that up? I'm too tired. I'll try to do it by the time I post this, if I post this. Now, this filmmaker also tells about how in 2005, the Bush administration passed a law about energy, which exempted fracking, I guess that is, used to extract schist gas. Okay, so this is fracking, from a new law on the environment. Businesses are not even restrained from telling the public the range of chemical products used. Now, let me see the whole article here. Okay, that looks like there's a YouTube clip. Alright. Now, I don't know if I have the right to show these on my channel, so I don't think I'm going to, but I do have the right to share this article with you. Now, let's see. Okay. It says that it's like a question of industrial espionage. You know, that's why they don't want to say everything, that all the chemicals that they're using in doing this fracking. The cherry on the cake, one learns on one of the reports, which had exonerated doing this, was directed by Dick Cheney, former head of Halliburton, one of the petroleum giants of the United States. And here it says, in France, in March 2010, permits of exploration for schist gas were signed. So there's a lot of this going to be happening in the south of France, first of all. People are protesting this. Okay. And they're considering in France stopping this, not going after this schist gas, and I guess annulling, canceling the permits already given. Now, the Prime Minister of France, François Fillon, has prolonged and enlarged the moratorium up until March 11th on the research and this fracking thing and schist oil. I think that's a shale oil, right? I think that's what it is, shale. Okay, there's the word I'm looking for. Waiting for until the end of April for the conclusions from various, research, inquests, studies, whatever. The former Minister of the Ecology, Jean-Louis Bourlou, announced Monday he has put forth a proposition to the National Assembly to give the state the means to forbid the research and immediate exploitation of gas and oil shale. And it says, well, this is the same guy who in March 2010 signed the permits originally without having any problem with them. Okay, so the film will be able to be seen on Canal Plus in France. Oh, excuse me. It comes out this Wednesday in the theater, and those who have Canal Plus can see it replayed during the week, I believe. Okay, so that's what's happening over here. I hope this is of interest to you. It's of interest to me. I'm going to stop this clip now and look at these little clips and then go to sleep because it's late and I've had a rough day. Okay, thanks.